and welcome back to another What's Up Wednesday. So this is the third part to finishing off this girl here. So we did the face. I've kind of let her sit and resonate with me. I might go back and do some touch-ups with her, but for right now, I really like how I have her face all blended. Again, touch-ups might be necessary, but for right now, I like how she is. So before we do the hair, I'm going to do the background, and the reason why I'm going to move on to do the background is so that in case you do something to the background and it comes into her hair, I still have the chance to cover it up. So with that being said, I don't know what color background should we do? She's got some blue. We could do yellow in the background, or we could do green. Decisions. So, you know what? I haven't done a green background. Might be a nice compliment to her eyes, actually. So, let's see. What do I want to do? Let's use this brush here. So, I'm going to go in with watercolor at first. When I'm doing a drawing, drawing or painting or anything like that, I do like to mix watercolor in with acrylics. I think it's a nice complement just because the watercolors can blend in with the acrylics and you get this really nice different tone look. So I'm using, these are Inktense blocks, so I've got different colors of green here. And let's just try and pick a darker one. And again, this is all just going to be the background. It doesn't really have to be technical at this point. So I'm going to get my wet brush and then just start blending in those colors. And again, this is just a base point. This is not going to be the finished product. And we're just going to blend those around the hair. If we do happen to go over top of the hair, that is completely fine because we're going to come in over top of it with acrylic paint. Okay, so I like that. I'm just going to add a touch of acrylic paint. This is the Phthalo Green, and I'm going to get a wet brush and just blend it out. Here we go. I wanted like a darker green. So this is the Sap Green hue. Again, wet brush. Okay, so I have a scrap of vintage chic textbook paper, and it's from Heidi Swapp. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to rip bits of it, and I'm just going to make her dress with the bits. I'm going to get some regular gel medium in the mat, and that's going to be our adhesive. And the reason why I'm not moving on to her hair is so that way I can kind of manipulate the paper around her dress here. So let me just grab a brush. I'm just going to put a good layer of the gel medium down, and then I'm just going to rip bits and then put the gel medium over top. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just kind of work on the background just a little bit. So I have some stamps here. These are from Unity, and this is Emerald City Stays On ink. And I'm just going to add some stamps around the page, and all that is just going to kind of fill in some of the gaps and give it a little bit of interest to the background rather than it just being plain color. All right, that should be good. It's just going to give you a pattern in the background. And then for the hair, what you're going to do is you're going to get some white gelato and kind of go where you know there's going to be highlight and just put it in. So I know there's going to be highlight here and here. And then I'm going to come in with a couple different gelatos first, and then we're going to do the same thing like we did before. We're going to just blend in with some gesso. So just kind of helter-skelter around here. This one's a lemon, so it's a really bright, and then this one's a little bit darker. It's called butterscotch. And then I'm just going to take a water brush and then just blend that out. Okay, so take the gesso and you're just going to, again, blend in that paint. And the acrylic paint or the gesso is just going to kind of make that watercolor into an acrylic. So that way it's sealed. I can play around with it, add color on top, and I'm not going to lose any of that. What do you want, Kato? What do you want? What do you want, buddy? What's the matter? Okay, so before I get too crazy here, I want to like work on her dress. I forgot about the dress. I got kind of sidetracked with the hair. So I'm going to take some cadmium yellow medium hue. And again, this is just going to be a light layer. So I'm going to get my brush just slightly wet. Put it in that and then just kind of go over top of that dress. That's going to kind of make everything this kind of golden yellow color. Okay. Okay, so I like that. And then what I did last time is I just added some yellow ochre, just a touch of it, just to kind of like make it a little bit warmer color, just every so often. Just kind of warm it up a little bit. Sorry about the dogs. Okay, I like that a lot better. And then, just to give it a little bit of something, just trying to find it here. Kato! I'm going to add, this is gold, interference gold fine. It's just gonna add a slight little sparkle. So then just lightly go over top of it. If it's a little too bright, you can always tone it back by just washing out your brush and just kind of lifting up. And it's not gonna show up right now, but when it dries, it will be really shiny. I'm just picking up a little bit with wetting my brush and just picking up a little bit. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to dry that so you can see. Okay, so now for blending the hair, I believe I used, oh, it was a long time since I did this. I believe it was yellow ochre, and then I think it was raw umber. I do believe. And then I think it was the Diary Lied yellow, I believe. So we will try it and we'll see what we come up with. So how I did it last time is I worked in sections. I'm just gonna grab my chair so I can sit down because this is a sit down job. You're gonna take Diary Lied yellow and then just work in this section. Then you're going to take the yellow ochre and then just work it in where the darker spots of the hair are. And then just take a very, very small amount of the raw umber and you're going to work that in. You're just going to go back and forth between the yellow ochre and the Diary Lied yellow. Until you get this really golden hair color. And I'm not really wiping my brush off. If it gets a little too dark, I will wash it out and then start over with the color. But for the most part, I am not cleaning my brush at all. I'm just kind of getting this little happy dance going between the colors. Okay, so you saw me go in with the Sharpie just to redefine some of the lines that were there. So now I'm just going to go back in with this fine Sharpie marker, and I'm just going to draw the lines of that headband because I lost them and it's not working. So I might grab a pencil just so that I can go over top of it, just so I know where the headband. I'm going to add a white highlight to her headband. So this is the Montana paint pen. Okay. So that's just going to make it look like the light is coming from up here. So I really like how her arms are a little weird for me. So let's see if we can go back in and fix them. Let's see. That teal didn't really go the way I wanted to. So let's just go in with... Well, let's just do black. And then that will cover up a lot of the flaws. Alright, so just with a couple touch-ups, I believe I have her completely finished. So you can see it's one of those things where you just have to play. It's a lot of like going back and forth with her hair. If I had the time, which I don't have the time right now, I'd probably go back in and maybe come in with some white paint over here, blend it out, and then add a little. I would like her hair to be a little bit lighter, as I guess what I'm saying. I like her hair darker in the background because you always want it to be darker in the background. But yeah, I like the shading on her face. I would definitely shade probably a little bit more, but it just gives you the general idea. Now I just want to pull out this picture here, and I just want to show you the difference of even just the eyes, the hair, how you can get a completely different look. You'll never recreate the same painting over and over again. She's just really different. Her eyes are a little farther apart on this one. They're a little closer together here. You know, like it's just, if you see the difference, you know, it's almost impossible to recreate the same thing over and over again. Especially when you are drawing and painting, it's just really, really, really hard. So I hope you give that a try. If you do, tag me in a video or a post or anything like that, so that way I can see what you've done, and I will see you soon.